ASMR back again. So today I wanted to make a little fun list, probably gonna be a shorter video, about I wanna rank all the dinosaurs from the Jurassic Park and Jurassic World universe. It's probably not literally every dinosaur because this prompt only has some, but I think it's the most important ones. So I almost want to do two lists. How I like them. Let's do it like this. I will try to rate their power level, and maybe rank them by that. Yeah, I think that makes sense. I rank them by power level, and then if there are any dinosaurs I personally really like, then I will maybe rate them higher. So this one is Allosaurus, at least in German. I can only say the German names. Allosaurus, it's a carnivore dinosaur, but one of the smaller ones. Pretty agile, but definitely gets overpowered by the stronger carnivores. So I will put him in this tier. As you see, I made the Rexy tier. This is just because it just is the most iconic dinosaur, and we have to put him at the top. But I love all dinosaurs, literally. I'm trying to rate like their power level. Next one, Ankylosaurus. I just try to pronounce the German names. Maybe it's in English the same, but I try to pronounce them English. So that's Ankylosaurus. This is like a tank build. It's a herbivore, but very, very tanky. Very strong outer body with thorns, and also a hammer-like tail. Very overpowered dinosaur. This, like, if all these mutated dinosaurs wouldn't exist in this universe, this could even be S tier. These are very overpowered, but I will put them here because, for example, a dinosaur like this, I don't know if they would even have a chance, and if maybe only if they are hurt or something, but these are very, very strong. And like, they found fossils of other dinosaurs, even T-Rexes. Their legs got completely crushed by the tail of this, and sometimes, at least that's how scientists assume, just the spikes already shied away predators because they took one bite and it hurt, so they were like, nah, fuck that shit. Okay, next one. Honestly, I don't know why there's a dead one here. And this isn't the Brachiosaurus. Yo, sorry guys, small interruption. Disgusting ambulance once again. So yeah, this isn't the Brachiosaurus because the Brachiosaurus is here. This could be a Diplodocus. This could be a Diplodocus. No, that's the Diplodocus. Then this maybe is maybe this is this could be actually the most OP one. I think there's one, the biggest dinosaur ever is called like Dreadnought or something. Oh, I don't know the name again. Or Gigantosaurus. Maybe it's Gigantos. Honestly, guys, let's just say this is Gigantosaurus, okay? Wait. I have another idea. Maybe we need a new tier. I'm just thinking. hell. Like, they could be maybe overpowered by several carnivores, but usually they weren't even attacked. Kind of like the hippos or rhinos of that generation, they just knew they're gonna get stomped by them because these were like 40 times the size of other dinosaurs. So just one, if they just stepped on them, every bone would crush. So most dinosaurs didn't even attack these. So yeah, if this is Gigantosaurus, then very overpowered. Even though it's a herbivore and it's literally just eating leaves. But yeah, they were so massive, there was just no chance. So this is Baryonyx. Half. Like this dinosaur lives half in water, half on land. That's at least how scientists assume. I think it's the same category as Allosaurus. Very strong, but I think they mainly ate fish, and I think something like this, they had no chance against this. Maybe it's a bit stronger than Allosaurus because they are bigger. I really like this entire scene in the movie. I think it's very good. Maybe the guy is a bit too goofy, but overall it's good. And just I like Baryonyx is one of my favorite dinosaurs. I can't even tell why, but I just think he looks cool, and yeah, that's basically it. So yeah, Brachiosaurus, already told you these are overpowered as hell. I'm gonna put it behind this guy because, as I mentioned earlier, I just assume this is Gigantosaurus, which is basically the biggest ever. I hope I'm not saying anything wrong. You know what, I'm gonna Google it while I keep talking. So, next dinosaur, this is Carnotaurus, called again carnivore, but no, it's Carnotaurus. It's again kind of the same category as these. Can't really say which of these two is stronger. I think the Carnotaurus is bigger, or they are almost the same. Let's Google biggest dinosaur ever. It's Titanosaur. Argentinosaurus. What does AI say? Yeah, Titanosaur. 70 tons and 122 feet. Whatever. So yeah, Carnotaurus, as I said, kind of the same category as all of these mid-sized carnivores, which wouldn't have any chance against these, in my opinion. And this one too, this is probably the weakest. This one is called Ceratosaurus. Yeah, this is the smallest one of all of these. So definitely lower tier, but he would easily kill dinosaurs like the next one on the list, which is Compsognathus. At least in German, Compsognathus. Maybe in the movies they were depicted a bit more overpowered than they are, but they were like mini velociraptors almost, but these are very underpowered. This, like in a movie, this wouldn't even happen, I think. So these are pretty much prey for everyone else, and as far as I know, they weren't even hunters. If they hunted, then maybe mice or something like that, but not humans. humans, and I think a human would easily overpower these, even if there are several. So the scene is a bit exaggerated in the movie, but there are a lot exaggerated ones, so I don't blame them. But yeah, this is basically like the lowest tier possible. These, even a eagle would beat these, or a crocodile. Okay, next one. This is very pixelated, but oh my god, I don't know which of the ones, because this one I know, but I saw this one here also, so this is another one. I think it's this one, and I think this one is called Edmontosaurus or something. Wait, I'll Google it really quick, because I don't know. No, that's not the Edmontosaurus. Or is it? Wait, we'll do this because I know from which movies is all Jurassic Park 2 dinosaurs. Wait, there are so many in this. No, it's not Monophylosaurus. There are dinosaurs that. Oh, this one. Corythosaurus. I think this is it. Oh man, I type in Corythosaurus and they don't show me any pictures of. Yeah, it's Corythosaurus. Anyway, this was just for my ego because I didn't know the name. So, yeah, these are like basic herbivores, but zero tank build, very fragile. They are on the bigger side, but definitely would get overpowered by all these. But they are stronger than these, so I will put this into C tier. Yeah, C tier. I think C tier makes sense. Okay, next one is one of my favorite ones, but sadly, it's very exaggerated how they depicted them in the movies. Like this whole thing with the gills, or no, the sails, or I don't know how you say this. This is probably accurate, so scientists think they could have done something like that. I mean, this exists in animal kingdoms still, like for example, oh my god, I don't even know the English name. These blue birds with the huge feather. That's kind of the same. But what they weren't able to do was spitting tar. This is completely made up. They can't do that. So the thing is, I have to put it here, but behind the plant eaters, because these were very small. So in the movie they are way stronger than they actually were. These were more like egg hunters, they didn't really, more like scavengers, or how do you call it? I think scavengers. So they didn't really hunt prey, and a dinosaur of this size they could never kill, never. Yeah, so I mean, I could make another tier, but I don't think it's even. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do another one? Nah. Let's leave it like this. So next one is a flying dinosaur. This one is called, I think, Dimorphodon. It's the first flying one we have. No, wait, is this Dimorphodon? I'm kinda embarrassed because I was flexing with my knowledge, but I think this is Dimorphodon. So these were very strong, definitely, but zero chance against dinosaurs of this size. Flying, being able to fly is a big advantage, but these would have never been able to take down any of these. Maybe the Dilophosaurus, I don't know. They aren't as big. I think in Jurassic World they are also a bit exaggerated. These are like birds nowadays. They don't hunt prey twice their size, you know. Let's put them here. Next one is called Gallimimus. Gallimimus. These are almost like the plant-eating version of these. These are just so underpowered. The only strength they have is they can run pretty fast. They are like the gazelles of the dinosaur kingdom. Pretty much prey for all the carnivores, but their skill is running very fast, and there are a lot of them, and they can zigzag very quick. Some predators, they can run very fast, but they can't switch directions. That's, for example, I don't know if you ever watched, for example, a wolf chasing a rabbit or a hare. The wolf is way faster, but the rabbit can change directions in an instant, and by that they can outplay them basically. But yeah, still, even though they were pretty big, I don't think a Dilophosaurus could ever take down one of these. I think I have to put them here, honestly. Yeah, I think I have to put them here. Okay, now we get to the first made-up dinosaur that never existed. I know many people hate Jurassic World, but I personally, I mentioned this in another video, I was entertained by the movie, and I think Indominus Rex was a cool design. I liked it. Even as a dino purist, I liked it. I think the dinosaur looked cool. It was a cool idea to combine the two most iconic, you know, Velociraptor and T-Rex. Very cool design and very, very OP. I think in the movie he even kills the big ones, so I have to put them above, because this guy, you know, most of the big dinosaurs weren't the smartest. Maybe they potentially could have been, but this one was massive and smart as hell. So probably if you're smart, you can outplay even the big ones by, I don't know, slicing their legs or something, you know. I don't know. But yeah, this one took down some of these. I think these dead ones are actually the ones he killed. So yeah, we have to put him here. Next one is also a made up one, the Indoraptor. Very, very overpowered. Or design wise, super cool. Loved it. But the whole thing with the laser pointer, that's where it started to get too goofy in my opinion. But the design itself was very, very good. I really liked how it looked. Very creepy, very, yeah, the slight green, you know, this slight atomic feeling to it. I really like the design. He's very strong and very smart. I think he could take down one of these with his smartness, but I don't know if he's strong enough to beat these, because he's definitely smaller than this. I think this one would have been stomped to death, so I will put it here. Next dinosaur, this is Dilophosaurus, another big boy. It's literally the same category. I think these are the smallest one out of those three, if this is the big one. But also land, he would be dead in a couple of minutes. So this one is very hard to um, rate, but these were massive, like massive. Honestly, let's put it like, no, I don't want, this is very hard. I will just try to ignore the fact that they are in water, and let's pretend they could walk on land. These guys were massive, like could easily kill this one. Yeah, I think I will put it here. OP as hell, and in the water, I don't even have to say. Okay, this one is Pachycephalosaurus. They were known for their hard ass head. They had like this is actually a bone, a bone that is on the outside, which makes their head very hard. And they were able to, basically ram enemies, and it's also a bit intimidation, and I think, like, if this guy would ram you full force, I think you would probably get destroyed completely. So where do we put him? I mean, they are pretty small. They would easily get destroyed by these, but could maybe survive these. Let's put them here. These are massive. The Gallimimus are pretty massive. Yeah, let's do it like this. This one is called, oh my god, what was the name again? Parasaurolophus or something like that. Parasaurolophus. Again, mid-sized plant eater, kind of the same category as this one. So this is why I will put them here. They are pretty big. I think these are the biggest one of these type of plant eaters. But pretty much no defense. They are just big and decently fast. These weren't strong. I think all these dinosaurs would easily destroy these. Okay, and next one is Pteranodon. Another flying dinosaur. As I mentioned, flying is very strong. But I doubt these are big. They are way bigger than these. But I still doubt they could ever catch one of these. Maybe this one. Maybe. If they like drag them in the air and let them fall or something. Maybe, but still, like, technically on the OP-ness scala, you could put flying dinosaurs here too, because flying was OP in general. They just didn't have any enemies, just completely broken. It's kind of like this guy. In their own element, they are unbeatable, but I'm trying to rank them by raw strength, and if you consider just raw strength, they are way down, but flying is OP. That's why all birds nowadays fly. That's the perfect evolution, is the flying ones. Okay, I can't see anything on this picture. I think this is oh yeah, oh my god, what are the names? These are like Triceratops in a way, but different. Oh my god, what's the name? Is it? Oh my god, no, I can't think of the. Sorry, guys. Oh, Sinoceratops. this is stronger than all these. These were massive and I don't know, man. It depends, you know. I just think at least these two would never even have gone for these. Honestly, let's put them here because tank plant eaters were pretty OP. A thick skin, you know, it's not even only the ram. Some of them had such thick skin, their teeth wouldn't even have gone through. Look, they have very small teeth. As I mentioned, some of them were fish eaters also, or oh my god, what is ass called? You know, when a carcass, a rotten body, at one point it's so rotten that most predators don't eat it anymore, but vultures and other animals, it's a category of animal, hyenas too, they also eat the rotten food, and I can't think of the word right now. But some dinosaurs, for example, only ate rotten food, and they wouldn't even have had the teeth to even fight these. So yeah, I will put it here, whatever. Okay, Spinosaurus. Now the Spinosaurus is again in the movie very exaggerated. In the newest movie they are actually closer to the actual Spinosaurus, but this one actually almost entirely lived in the water. It wasn't as massive as in the movie. The T-Rex is way bigger than Spinosaurus, but you know, they needed a new villain and stuff, so of course they but I tried to rank this Spinosaurus, and this one was massive. I still think he would have no chance against this guy, but probably would destroy this guy. And by the way, just so you know, I'm Dr. Moonrock Grant. There is one scene where he fights the T-Rex, and at one point the T-Rex has this guy, I don't know, maybe his neck or his face in his jaw, but nothing happens, and this is the point where me as a dino expert can tell you the T-Rex, a real T-Rex, would have completely crushed his face. The T-Rex had by far the strongest bite force out of any dinosaur, and his face would have been smashed in, but again, they needed a new main villain, so they made him kill the T-Rex, but this wouldn't even have been a battle in real life. So yeah, but this Spino is OP, so let's put him a bit higher. Stegosaurus. Another tanky plant eater. I would say it's almost the same as this guy. Also a tail, but this guy has a hammer and this guy has like a, how do you call this, nail bat. It's also a swinging tail, but instead of like a hammer, it has spikes, like a club with nails. Massive, massive. They were way bigger than these guys, or at least slightly, but less armored. And this is why I put them here, because look, their entire side is open. A smart dinosaur or a strong enough one might catch them at the side, and then it's GG. And this one is very interesting dinosaur because he had these sails on the back, and scientists assume, or maybe it's even proven by now, that they were a bit like squids. They could pump blood into these sails and make them change color so they look more dangerous, you know. And this is also assumed it's a tactic against predators, which I find very interesting, but it makes sense. Like, imagine you are a predator and suddenly this huge as mofo starts good Godzilla charging on you and changing this to blue, I will be running in no time, you know. So I think this herbivore Godzilla would easily outplay most carnivores. This guy, I think, is called. This one is Pachycephalo, and this I think is Oicephalosaurus. Literally the same category, so I will just put it next to him. Triceratops. Almost the same as this, but I think a bit stronger. He has two massive horns and this very strong head cover, but their sides were pretty open. You could argue that it's maybe like this, but this Spino was very strong in the movie, so in real life they wouldn't even have met ever probably. This guy, as I said, was in water mainly and ate fish, so probably this fight would have never happened. Okay, now cool that this tier list maker made the two iconic ones last. So we have the Velociraptor. Smart as hell dinosaur. Very, very smart. They were probably maybe what you could compare to humans almost. I will explain why. They had limited size, limited tankiness, limited teeth strength and size, but what they had was numbers and IQ, and with this they could take down almost every dinosaur. They had these massive claws, I think you all know, and they used them to just inflict wounds to their prey, and then they let them bleed out and just easily ate them. So very, very smart. I don't think they could have taken on an Ankylosaurus, but I think this one, honestly, this Spino was strong, I think. And I think also, but a Stegosaurus, I could imagine, like if they attack from every direction, he can only swing once and maybe he catches one or two, and meanwhile 4 others already jumped on him. But yeah, if you look at it like this, it would easily out. But I think this one, if this one just laid on the ground, they couldn't even eat him if they wanted to. And the Raptor is like a bigger version, so they would also not win. Yeah, I think this is a good placement. They could outnumber the Spino easily, but again, maybe they could do the same with these also, but as far as my knowledge goes, I think they wouldn't even have attacked them. It's literally like with the hippos, you know, because people always wonder why do crocodiles not attack hippos. They just know they would get crushed, so they don't even try. Yeah, I would put a Velociraptor here. And now, last but not least, my favorite dinosaur, and probably almost everyone's favorite dinosaur. The most iconic one, the one on the cover, the one everyone talked about, the T-Rex, the biggest and strongest land predator that ever lived. Don't let the newer Jurassic Worlds fool you. This was by far the strongest one. Bite force, insanely strong. The whole thing with they don't see you if you don't move is complete BS. Have fun staying still. When the T-Rex runs towards you, he's gonna just eat you. And also they were very fast, which is also maybe, I don't know, maybe many people don't know that, but they were pretty fast. Yeah, massive, massive animal. If I had to rank it power-wise. It's hard. Probably here. In the movie, the Indominus was clearly smarter. It has the same size, but the intelligence of Velociraptor, so no chance against this guy. And with these, it's again the same. I think a T-Rex wouldn't even attack these, so that's why I would put him here. But in my heart, it will be always here. So yeah, guys, I think this list is fine like this. Tell me if you agree with any of these. Tell me if I forgot any major ones. I can't think of really, really important ones that aren't mentioned. There were other water ones, but yeah, and also there are different types of velociraptors. There's Utahraptor, but yeah, it's fine like this, I think. So guys, shorter fun video today. Let me know in the comments if you like this, and yeah, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and until next time.